Hello and welcome to the English Lovers by Honeydee. In this video, we are going to talk about the use of adverb clause. Okay, so let's go to the presentation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the kind of adverb clause is and how we make the adverb clause and how can we identify the adverb clause. We're gonna do that, and yeah, we have to watch this video till the last. Okay, you guys have to watch this video till the last because I'm gonna reveal something about the different connectors that I'm gonna do in the next coming videos. One by one we're gonna tackle them one by one so that you'll be able to use them in your daily life easily. Okay, in an easy manner. Okay, so without wasting time, let's go to the first slide. Yeah, you can see that how to make adverb clause. Okay, so first of all you need to know that how they work. Okay, how the adverb clauses work. Okay, let me have a pointer, a better pointer, highlighter. Yeah, it would be much better. So here you can see that this adverb clause used to work as adverb in the sentence. That means if you want to know that the clause is an adverb clause, you should know that it should work as an adverb in the particular clause. Like the whole clause should work as one adverb. And adverb, we know that what is that. Adverb is the one which qualifies a verb, which describe or add something to the verb, or talks about a verb or adjective or another adverb. Okay, it qualifies the verb, adjective or another adverb. In a sense, how the verb is done, how the work is done is told by adverb, and how the adjective is getting done, or how the another adverb, if the two adverbs are there, one adverb would be talking about the other one, how that happens. Okay, we should know that. That is the definition for adverb. But very basic thing that we should remember about adverb is they always give the reply of when, where, how and why. Okay, and when we get the answer for when, where, how and why, that means we are using the adverb clause. Okay, so that should be there in our mind when we are talking about the adverb clause. Okay, and we should know that adverb clause used to be called as the subordinating clause, and if the subordinating clause is used in the sentence, we make the complex sentence, and the complex sentences are a big deal for many. Okay, so that is why this is one of the way to make the complex sentence. I told you already in the previous video that how to make the complex sentence by using the noun clause, and as well as I told you that how to use adjective clause to make the subordinating clause to make the complex sentence by the combination of principal and the subordinate clause. Okay, we should know this thing that the complex sentence should have one principal clause and other subordinate clause, and we should know that why we call them subordinate. And for those videos you should look for the earlier videos, whichever I have made. Okay, whichever I have prepared, you can watch those, and simply you can get to know that what is the meaning of the subordinate or the principal clause. Okay, and many other videos are there to help you, which will help you to learn that complex sentences in a better way. Okay, basically the complex sentences are the big deal when we talk about speaking, when we talk about writing too. Okay, so but the difference between the writing and the speaking is only one being informal way, one being formal way. In academic writing we can never be informal. We can never use abbreviations. When we speak, somehow it's not that compulsory to use not to use the it's not compulsory to use the abbreviations or short forms, or what we say, the short sentences or the slangish sort of statements. it's not compulsory, that we should leave them or we should use them. So that's not a compulsion at all. Okay, but in case of writing, it's a compulsion that we need to be formal in making every sort of statement. Okay, that's why this adverb clause should be understood in a way to understand the last method to make the complex statement. Okay, and how can we make it in a very better way. Okay, now you see, one example is given. When I came back, he ran out of the house. So I told you, you will get the reply, um, you know uh, for when, where, how, and why. So he ran out of the house when. So this is also important. Like when we are making the adverb clause, sometimes we can write the subordinating clause earlier and the main clause later on, or the principal clause which can exist on its own later on. He ran out of the house. Okay, he ran out of the house. Um, uh, like at what time? Or we are asking the question for when. Okay, he ran out of the house when I came back. Okay, when I came back. So when we get the answer for when when to come back, so then definitely it is the reply for when. So adverb also have that property, like when, time. It is actually time adverbial in a sense. We are getting the clause as a time, a time teller in a sense. So here you can see that when I came back describes a verb ran out. When somebody came back, when somebody like ran out, when he ran out. Okay, he ran out of the house when I came back. So the main thing is like how the verb gets disturbed, or how the verb gets affected, is actually telling us about the adverb clause. When we get the answer for this one, so definitely there is adverb one. Okay, so then you should understand these 4 to 5 words. Okay, then first is the reason. If the reason is asked, then definitely there is adverb clause. Okay, like a reason would be in a sense, um, like we will be answering it in because. Okay, so then definitely purpose, condition, like conditions, if, unless, all those formations whenever we are using or provided that. So whenever we are having the conditions in the sentences, when we are having the purpose in the sentence, like for which purpose like something is done, then definitely there is adverb clause. When we're talking about the place, the way it is used in many ways, like when we talk about the different places, where, when we get the answer for where, we talk about place. And when we get the answer for the time, which is already given in the example we have done in the previous slide. So when we get the answer for all these, like here you can see that you need to remember the simple thing. When you get the answer for when, where, how, and why, then you will make the adverb clauses. So adverb clauses are very easy to be made, sort of clauses. But sometimes the students or the people or the learners, sometimes even I used to mix it up with adjective clause. So but I used to identify them, okay, easily. But it's not that possible, always to remember that thing. But it also depends upon your practice of using the adverb clauses. When you practice more, then definitely you will learn about the adverb clauses more. So moving further, I think the adverb clause, how to make the complex sentence with the adverb clause is clear to you. Let's move further. Okay, now these are the important connectors that we're gonna work on in the next coming videos. So you just see that one, what are the different videos I'm gonna make. Okay, I'm gonna make on the video on describing about like how to describe sequence, how to say something in the sequence, firstly, secondly. Okay, and lastly, or something like that, like when we talk about, sorry, when we talk about the uh, you know when we talk about, yeah, so when we talk about the sequence of something, then definitely I'll make the one video, I'll make one video for that, and then I'll make the video for argument also. Like suppose you want to describe your argument, or you want to say something in your statement, then how to start it with a connector, what connectors or which connectors can be used to talk about that. And there would be the connectors in the third video, okay, which would be about to prove your point. When you want to prove your point, you need to use some connectors, you use some examples also. Okay, how can we use that, how can we use such connectors which are going to prove our point. So those connectors would be there in that particular video, and how we use them would be there in that video. Okay, now then how to compare and contrast. Actually contrast would be, when the two things are totally opposite. When comparison is done, we say that two similar things can be used to, okay, then comparison is done between them. Okay, when some similarities are also there, okay, then that video would be separate one also. So all these video would be separate one. To express the time, okay, how to express your time, okay, expressing the time in one way, it looks boring, but how to express the time in different way, and how to use different connectors for the same, is something of great significance. Okay, to develop the connectors, to develop the cause and effect, okay, that would be very awesome video you're gonna look for, okay, definitely. And connectors to put emphasis, like when you want to stress upon something, then what kind of connectors can be used, we will talk about those. Okay, and the connectors to mention the exceptions, okay, when we want to make exceptions in a point, like then those would be used there in that particular video. So connectors to offer examples, okay, how to give examples, what are the different connectors to give examples, and how to summarize and conclude. Okay, summarizing a paragraph, summarizing an essay is different. Okay, summarizing a particular para is different. Okay, we're going to talk about that too. Okay, would be different videos about all these you know points, or whatever we say, the kind of topics. Okay, so here you can see one by one. Let me tell you: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, 8 these one, and then 9 and 10. 9th and 10th, we'll make 10 videos, which would be the all videos would be separated one, like there won't be any particular mixing of the video. You'll be able to understand each of the effect, or each of the topic. You'll have that one clear, okay, one by one. So I hope so that this video must have helped you in understanding the adverb clause, and definitely you would have learned something about what we're gonna do next, and what we're gonna do in the next coming videos. Okay, so thank you very much for your time and your your value time, okay, for that one. So subscribe my channel and hit the like button also, and hit the bell icon too. Okay, so keep sharing my videos, because the next coming videos are definitely gonna help you a lot to use different connectors in a different way. Okay, with the use of examples, with the use of statements, I'll let you know about the usage of it, and how those are complex sentences, how those are compound statements, and we'll talk about all those things in the next coming videos. So till then, I would say bye bye.